Hey everyone, it's Hey John. I cover cryptocurrency videos about Dogecoin. I cover the news and I cover the technical analysis. In this video here, we're going to go over the Dogecoin technical analysis, okay, people? And I need you to do me a very big favor real quick right now, okay? I need you to just tap that subscribe button and tap that like button, okay? For one reason and one reason only. So we can make these videos viral and we can get more people exposed to Dogecoin, and we can grow the Dogecoin community together and go to the moon together. Okay, people? That's very importante. And you know what? Let's get to the Dogecoin sticks because that's what you came for, and that's what I'm gonna give you. Okay, let's start off with the daily chart here. Okay. So I did mention for the past few days that we are starting to see a bull flag happening here, but we are also seeing a cup and handle formation I mentioned in my past video. So I suggest you watch these videos if you want to stay up to date about these kind of things before they actually happen on other websites. So here you go. So something like this, and then we're gonna see something like this and go like that for the most part. That's gonna be your typical cup and handle formation right there. And I did mention it for the past few videos already, and we are seeing it happen as we speak right now. Of course, this can change. Of course, it cannot happen. That's always a possibility. But you know, with technical analysis, I always say to you guys, it's more of an art than a science here, and you gotta take into account many factors involved in it. Okay, and and I like to deal with likelihoodness of it happening. Okay, there's no guarantee in anything. Okay, so if you understand that, then that's great. So with that being said here, today on a daily here, we're seeing that we're just kind of like range bound for the most part. At the low of 545 and the high of 57, which is great, right? It's range bound. So yesterday was no different, and today is the same thing, but we're kind of seeing more of a push down now because people are selling now, as you can see through the red candlestick here. So the confirmation can happen within days or weeks. So that being said here, it's like we're gonna have time to buy the dips here, right? And when that happens, and when this formation happens, we're gonna break out and see new highs. That's the whole point of a cup and handle. It's a very bullish signal here. And I did mention to you people that on a daily chart here, we're bullish as heck. We're super bullish. Okay. We just need to wait for all the other news to happen as well. And obviously, with stimulus checks coming, it's gonna happen near the end of March, or sometime from now until the end of March. So people are gonna start throwing in cash and infusing the markets, right? Well, the Dogecoin markets here, and kind of growing the market cap here. So we're gonna have to wait and see for the most part. But as always, watch my videos and I will keep you up to date here. Okay. So I've been mentioning also for the past few days, the 50 MA has been increasing. Now it's 482, and yesterday was 473. So the current rate, velocity would stay like in 0.001 or something. So we may see it increase by to the fives within a matter of days. Maybe 3 or 4 more days now. And I suspect around like 5.2 when it hits there, and maybe come the 50 MA may become support, and we should probably bounce off there. But again, this is me kind of speculating here, and through my intuition of all my years doing this kind of stuff. So we'll have to wait and see for the most part. And we can see also on a current daily chart here, we still have the 50 MA over 200 MA, so which means we're still on a golden cross here. So we're very bullish still in that sense. You can see the volume has. You can see the volume has now dropped off, right? So on March 7th here, we had a 361 million, volume. The following day, 231, then 121. Now it's 80. Now it's 70. So we're kind of seeing the average volume go from about 70 to 90 million is our current typical day volume for the most part here. I mean, but you look at the past in January, it's about 17 million volume here. Okay. So think about that, guys, and gals, for a second there, okay? When you see about 17 to maybe 25, as you can see my cursor right here, right? And now our typical volume is about 75 million to 90. It's increased about, I would say, maybe 5 or 6 fold already. So that tells me that there are more Dogecoin enthusiasts from January to now. And I suspect only going on from now to the future, we're going to see even more volume and more enthusiasts kind of join through all these videos. I create and other YouTube creators create as well, and Reddit, all that kind of stuff. All the memes on Twitter. It's only going to increase the Dogecoin community, and that's going to increase the volume over time. and we're seeing it already, and we're gonna see the price increase due to that. Okay, because people are gonna buy and sell and etc. But obviously, you can only sell so much, right? And you have more people buying and selling. Guess what? You have price pressure. You can push it up. Okay, so enough of that right there. Let's get to the daily MACD here. You can see that it's pretty stagnant. It's hanging around about 0.001 for the past 3 days here. And you look closely here, we can see that we had some movement up above the red line with the blue line here on a MACD here. But now you kind of see it just kind of going flatlining here. So that kind of tells us that we're kind of like, okay, in a very indecision state here. So that means that Dogecoin can still go up or down, but since we're still in the bullish quadrant and we're kind of still resetting it, and now we can see a potential cup and handle form. If it follows this kind of a quadrant, I kind of had it right here. We're gonna see something like this happen in the weeks and days to come. Something like this for the most part. And when that happens, there we're gonna see a huge price increase movement here. And then guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna see lots of people buy when it goes up. When it's down, people don't want to buy it because everyone's scared. But I always tell you guys, the psychology of money is buy red, sell green. If you buy red, that means you're buying at a discount, right? You sell green, you're selling your discount at a profit now. It's very simple, right? If you buy green and sell green, that means you're buying high and you're selling higher, and you're chasing the trade. You don't want to do that because you want to insulate yourself from those price drops, right? So you want to give yourself a cushion for the most part here. So, and I like cushions. I like discounts. I hope you do too. And let's go ahead and go into a different chart now, the 4-hour time frame, and see what that looks like. Okay. Alrighty then. So 4-hour time frame here. Okie dokie. Okay, it's even more evident when you go to the 4-hour time frame here, right? So the current range is about I've been saying it's 525 to about 584. So if you're doing day trades or whatever, I mean that could be a possible range. But honestly, with this little volatility here, it's very hard to make your money off it. I'll be honest with you guys. But if you want to day trade, hey, you got time, go for it by all means, right? You can stare at the screen all day. Okay. You can see on a 4-hour time frame here, you can see the MACD sticks. It's also flatlining too. But it's flatlining in, guess what? A bullish quadrant here. So we can see that if we get some price buys, we can easily continue our bullish trend here, and this will literally just farm our cup and handle formation here. That's kind of what it'll do for. Ooh, wow. Okay, well, let me do that one more time for you guys. I drew it so ugly. One more time, sorry. So it just continues. It could be something like this, Well, whatever. This mouse is silly. Anyway, so wow, really? This is getting my nerves now. Okay, one more time. Let me zoom out a little bit too. That probably helps. There you go. Okay. So we see something like this happen. All right. Based on the flatlining of the current MACD here, we're seeing the flatlining on a daily and on a 4-hour chart here. So that tells me people, like I said before a few minutes ago, we're seeing a lot of indecision here, right? But we're also seeing accumulation as well. Some people are selling, some people are buying, obviously, and I'm gonna start buying some more too because as I said in maybe a week or two ago in my other videos that we may never see 4 cents or 5 cents again if we follow this kind of a breakout here. It may be something that you just don't get to buy anymore, because it'll make a new high or it'll test the possible 7 cents or 8 cents again and other in our other resistance coming right here, right? And it'll probably bang around there and hang out there for a little bit. But obviously, we can see lots of volatility as well. So that is to be determined for the most part. So that being said here, it's accumulating. So if you were to buy, I would do that. I would strongly suggest you do because that's what I'm doing here. And as always, don't go full hand because there's always a chance that we could always break back down as well. Sometimes that happens, and that's okay. But for the most part, so far, this pattern is continuing the way I'm seeing it, and I don't see any reason why it would start breaking down all of a sudden because we have lots of news already that has, I'm sorry. We already have a lot of news that has come out, and it's supporting Dogecoin to keep its current 5 cent price here. It actually even increased it, right? Because we're seeing like 4 7, a week or two ago, right? And now it's holding around 5 cents here. So that tells me the news coming out. Yeah, you're not seeing the price appreciation. You want to see the A10 peaks or anything, but thing is, but despite that, people are still selling right here, right? And people are still buying it. So even though they're selling and people are buying it, so we're keeping the new 5 cent range here for the most part. So the news is helping in that sense, in my honest opinion. That's what I believe, and that's kind of why I continue buying. Alrighty then, so let's go ahead and take the 15-minute time frame here and see what that looks like here. So with the 15-minute time frame here, we're not really doing too much. It's really just range bound and channeling for the most part. There isn't really many trades being made, but given today, based on a 15-minute chart here, I'm seeing here, I believe we're gonna see a a lower high today and a lower low today, just based on this chart here, because it's literally just resetting. It's resetting in a bullish quadrant here. I mean, obviously, this lower low may not be very low to be honest. I mean, it could be maybe 5.3 or something, or 5.4. So with that being said, here is you're not gonna see like you're hitting 3 cent today or 4 cent. You're not gonna see that for sure. But with that being said, though, so I mean, there isn't very much of a. I wouldn't say there isn't. So I wouldn't say there is a day trade here, unless you're into these really tight ranges here, because as always, with the tight ranges here, it's very hard to make money. And you have to be very precise, like surgical. And in these sense here, this is kind of when you want to do a swing trade, or you want to do invest buys, buy the dips in that sense for there. It's kind of what I'm referring to here, okay? So as always, this is Hey John. I'm going to call this video done here, and do me a huge favor and tap the subscribe and tap the like button so we can go to the moon together and grow this community, okay? I'll catch you guys on the next one.